Have you ever been in jail?
Was the little girl actually locked in a tiny attic?
It ain't a fun place to be.
We would hear noises up in the attic.
I sure miss my warm waterbed.
I think she was sleeping up there on a piece of sheetrock laid out across the rafters.
I'm on the floor at the moment in solitary confinement.
There was a bruise under her eye.
I'm climbing the walls, literally.
History of cruelty.
I just wonder if Zahra hadn't survived cancer and been from Australia, if it would be truly like this.
Lisa Baker.
She had nothing to do with this.
We're not focusing on one person.
Adam, can we talk to you?
Anything's a possibility.
Well, I've paid enough. Hi, Damien. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you, but I had to wait until my lawyers put a little money in my account. Thanks for your moral support. I need it, although I'm not sure I deserve it at this point. As you probably know, my family has turned pretty much against me, and everyone is telling so many lies. Yeah, I had my lawyers shut my MySpace down because of the bad publicity. But I know once I'm out, I will redo it. My birthday is 6/6/68, so people was reading too much into that, and my opening song.
She said it, not me. Her birthday is 6/6/68. All right? We are taking your calls, but first straight out to Mark Class, president and founder of Class Kids Foundation. Mark, in light of the prosthetic leg being discovered off this county back road, a bone now found nearby believed to have been Zahra's. These letters surfacing, found by David Lohr on AOLnews.com. Weigh in.
Well, the letters are fascinating. I think that the narcissistic psychobabble that she expresses most definitely puts her at the scene of the crime, and that they will be verified very soon. The thing I don't agree with, though, Nancy, is making too much out of this bone or bone fragment or whatever it is, and I'll tell you exactly why. Remember some months back, Misty Crosland was standing on a dock by the St. John River as they were pulling deer bones out of the water, and there was a lot of speculation at that time. But even closer to home for me is during the last days of Polly's crime, I remember being on the floor, incapacitated, watching television, and every time a dog bone would show up, a reporter would breathlessly go on the air and say that the remains of Polly Klaas had been found. And it was just absolutely excruciating. I did not believe it for a minute, but I couldn't really be very certain. And I know that there are people out there that are in Zahra's family who are listening to this kind of speculation, and they must be just going through complete and total agony right now, wondering whether or not it truly is her bone.
Mark.
I think we need to wait until it's verified.
Good point. Mark Class joining us from San Francisco. We are taking your calls out to Kim in Iowa. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Nancy. So glad to get through. One thing I just have to tell you is disgusting to me that this is going on, and that this mother had the audacity to make these letters and act all crazy. But anyway, my question is, was CPS ever contacted? And, you know, like when she was, like, taunting her going up the hill and pulling her hair and slapping her. And one more thing, my birthday is 6/6/69, and I'm not, I mean, it's not, I couldn't pick that date. It just disgusts me. I share the same birthday with this woman.
Kim in Iowa, I've got a feeling that you have absolutely no similarity to her whatsoever. Ellie just said CPS was called many times.
Yeah, that's right, Nancy. I mean, DSS won't tell us exactly what their contact was with this family, but there are numerous people who claim they did call DSS to report this alleged abuse.
Out to the lines, Dee in Illinois. Hi, Dee.
Hi. I just want to thank you, Nancy, for giving victims and missing children voices.
Thank you.
That have been so violently shut up. My one question is, has the biological, or the stepbrother, biological son of the stepmother, been questioned concerning this?
You
and
know,
number
that is
two,
go ahead.
Number two, while I do believe Zahra's own father knew what was going on, I don't think he disposed of that body by himself.
Straight out to Natisha Lance. What do we know about the stepbrother who is the stepmom's natural son? Remember, when he was first questioned about his mom publicly, he would not defend her.
Right, Nancy. Well, what we know is that he had an estranged relationship with his mother. He said that he didn't have much contact with her. He'd only met Zahra a handful of times, if even that. I do believe that he has been questioned by police as well as other members of the family.
I want to go to Sergeant Scott Haynes, Sheriff's Officer of Santa Rosa County, Florida. Haynes, don't you believe that now would be a great time to re-question the defendants if their lawyers would allow it?
Absolutely. And the woman in this case, she keeps referring that she's not allowed to talk. She has every right to talk. She can go against what her attorneys tell her to. So if she thinks it's beneficial to her to do that, she has every option to do that. It's just that she knows that she is better off not talking to them because she knows what she's involved in.
What about it, Dr. Patricia Saunders? Patricia, clinical psychologist, joining us out of New York.
I think that Mark said it. This woman's talking narcissistic psychobabble, but it is malignant. These folks are truly what's in the old common law, malignant and abandoned hearts.
Out to the lines, Linda in Arkansas. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Nancy. I love those twins. Keep the pics coming.
I've got some for you tonight.
I have a friend doing December 1st with twins. My question is I was watching a news channel, and there was a tornado that hit Hickory last week. And they showed the newspaper from Hickory, and it showed the tornado on one side and the picture of Zahra on the other. And I'm just wondering, a tornado will pick up things and move it or set it down someplace else. And I'm just wondering if that might have not happened with this bone in her body.
What about it? What do you think, Ellie Jo said?
Well, she's exactly right, Linda is. There was terrible weather in that area. However, when you look at those aerials, you don't see a lot of damage in that surrounding area. The trees appear to be intact. But remember, in the Casey Anthony case, flooding in that area, and I don't know if this pond floods or if that area floods, but Kaylee's remains were spread due to flooding. So we could have a similar scenario here.
We are taking your calls. Trish in Arizona. Hi, Trish.
Hi.
Hi, dear. What's your question?
I'm just wondering, do they know if Zahra had any contact with her real mother or any of the family, and if she did have contact with her mother, where she is?
What do we know, Natisha Lance?
The mother is still in Australia. Police have been in contact with her. They were making it a possibility that the mother could come to the United States during the course of this investigation. But as far as reports have told us, Zahra had not seen her mother since she was about 8 months old. And then there's some reports out there that the mother had been looking for Zahra for about the past 5 years. So it's not clear on what the relationship was between them.
I find that really hard to believe that it's taken 5 years and she couldn't find her daughter. We are taking your calls, but for those of you just joining us, a bone believed to be that of 10-year-old Zahra has been discovered. I want to go back to Melissa Mullenbrock. She is at the search site. She lives across the street from where the prosthetic leg was found. Melissa, what is happening? Again, how long have cops been out there?
The cops got out here sometime in the morning. I would say after 7:30, the cops arrived, and the only cops that are left in the area are the ones that are by the barricades at the beginning of Pine Mountain and Christie and at the end of Christie. There are no longer any cops near the gated area at all.